shots. That's unfortunate. When you're in those 2 versus 1 situations, it's hard to come out on top.
It makes you wonder if Reason and Giannis didn't, come out of the lower bracket. Baca and Mars had such a great upper bracket game 1. Just to qualify here, and today have been put on stalemate, put on ice all day long. Just no room to warm up. Talk about teams that haven't quite had room. Our OCE duo here, Worthy in a 1v2 window. Teeny claps back and finishes the deal, gets his elimination points, gets the credit, finishes it off when it matters.
Worthy though, making sure to not go down without a fight. Just a minor setback there for Nisha and Teeny. But the revive will definitely be a success. Decent amount of action swept across the north side of the map so far. And here, one more time, Teeny, Nisha, they got an eye on Waymaker in their sights, but at least for right now, Teeny and Nisha, after that last little engagement, Worthy, they're going to take a second, recuperate the process before actually looking to challenge against Fortnite and Waymaker.
An overload, Burstash Tayson in the battle here. Tayson playing the high ground, allowing Burstash to really lead the pace down low. This is the first time we've seen them rotate this south early. It's Slappy trying to really force the fight on Trulix, but the timing must have felt good to them because Ticho and Trulix were also fighting at this drop. This has been a triple contest area, and Thorg and Bolts are also looking to potentially swing their way in. But no, not this time.
Snazy and Bodasai though, you can always tell the moment that they come up on the screen. It was the first community here in the arena. Always making sure to let themselves be known for their favorites. Bodasai lying in wait though. Actually, has absolutely no idea of what was waiting right around the corner here. A nice pickoff though for Bodasai and Snazy. Curious to see what they choose to do though with that knock. High likelihood that they look for that strength. They've been trying to repeat, but they can farm some damage.
They've done it though. They've continued to, if they can't get to Illustrious, they're using Madness, they're using everything in their power. Love the Let's Go Snazy cheer and chant there as well. They just want to join in on any of those who want to celebrate with. That's what this is all about. Carmi set up on high ground, looking solid, scented, and polarized. Need to find their footing here. Can they do it? We've only seen 3 games. There's 3 more games in this finals, grand finals run up. So anything is possible. As quickly as you flew up, you can come down, where there's room for others to come and join you at the top.
Right now, Zeded, he's trying to spread his wings here up against Andrea and Polarized to back him up. Cutting in the sights. But right now, Polarized are taking their time before making the attack. Want to make sure that most of these edits actually belong to them before fully pushing in. How many times we've seen players running the wrong box after wrong. Nice peek on the shoulder for Polarized. But it seems as though more could join the fray. These guys aren't able to find it soon enough. Yadi has here applying some pressure, but yeah, keep in mind, Buzz and Paper, they seem to close in.
I was about to say, what is happening right now? You got Buzz and Paper just in. Hey dog, y'all want to fight down here? Y'all want a clean fight? Well,
hey,
guess what?
fight.
We're not going to allow that to happen. They come in and put some shots down, and again, with that visual sound cue, everyone here knows for sure there's a team working. It's not worth it. Sensitive polarized, make the rotate out. We might see some NA on NA action here. Agent Paper trying to set up right now. So, alright, take their scraps. Now they might be looking to fight. Now they got 0 here.
But the fact that a simple introduction of another party to your initial skirmish, and that's enough to disperse the engagement altogether. Because you can just tell, something polarized, they recognize how much they need these points to these teams looking to hit a second win to sorts after that halftime goal.
And also just the respect they have for the opponents here, you really have to. Let's not forget, from that 4 grand finals to get this far into the tournament stage, you had to qualify based on your performance all year long, and then qualify for the weekend, the most difficult and the most competitive of formats we've seen so far in the Fortnite community. Edgy's on the move, Duke's on the move, more action unfolding on the other side. They'll jump back into it. Bodasai and Snazy continue looking to strike here on the opponents in the vicinity. A lot for the pickup, it seems.
This could be dirty though from Kodasai and Snazy, depending on how they actually look to play things out. Exodus just hasn't gotten the opportunity to rejoin and Godfrey is sent back again to the elimination process. It's going to be in vain here, unfortunately, for his streak to continue. But Snazy and Kodasai, they still got to work their way from deep outside of the zone. Granted, it is early enough that the team damage isn't really anything to be all too concerned about, but you don't want to find yourself too far outside of proper positioning. Some of these other teams might be towered up.
Yeah, they're going to be all right. They're going to be fine. They have the surge now to back it up. What a sneaky little play for Peterbot now. Lila. They need to score some points too if they want to jump back into that top 5 conversation. Because up top we have Cooper Mirror potentially starting the runaway train with no brakes. Let's watch it back though. We jumped away from him for a moment. It seems like as things starting to ease up. They come on in, they catch a down body, and Paper was quick on it. And you know he's feeling good about that one. That was an excellent elimination and a great timed fight.
And if you're noting Gap Zero in that instance, almost can't fault them for wanting to commit. Seemed as though he was nearly through that revive process, just a little bit longer, and might have been able to make a turnaround play there. Cammy, just inside of Frenzy Fields, finding some nice shots with that twin mag. It's going to be a decent collection of surge type damage for the time being. Relatively split right now for Cammy. Seems as though both of them trying to prioritize different directions, but some of these teams definitely encountering some issues. Running alongside the edge of Storm, it seems as though other teams are already taking note of the way that the zones are starting to pool and just doing their best to try and control the flow of the lot.
It's not just Noxie and Chris Pierce who have a problem. Team in front of them are in the fight. These are 2 of Asia's best going head-to-head. Data and Stain Zagu. And Pepco Clip down low. The FNCS champions of the Asia region have been flexing on the competition, but Seti and Cammy have been keeping them cool as they have been the kings of Frenzy so far. The battles for the weather station have been very evident in this game now. This is that back half strategy we talked about, showing how many teams want to try to increase their odds.
Well, think about it. Zagu and Pepco, I just think I remember a content piece from yesterday where they specifically stated, we will trade our lives in order to secure these forecast powers, because that is just how impactful having every single visualization of future zones can be. It does make a massive difference when teams are able to control it. And right now, the honest reason they're trying to control what's happening between themselves, Axe Force, Rub Up. But it's all the action, because other teams keep taking note of the action.
Battle of Germans here. Already 2 eliminations for Gevis. They had success at the Slappy Shores. Task Force and Robot Kebab definitely a strong 2. But then you have Pixie and Cheatin just nearby, ever lurking, hungry for more points, already on 2 victories. We're wondering how have they done it. It's just timing. Their timing has been impeccable. If they can time this battle correctly, they'll be right there, earning themselves a good number of points. No, things slow down. The weapons cache might just go to this team here, Back Force and Robot.
Could be massive though for Pixie and Cheat. You consider their drop super far north on the map in general. Ultimately,
oh my gosh.
that's all
he's having a hard time. He's been rebooted like 3 times this game already. And found by different duos at different stages. What a difficult time it has been.
Would have been a lot more menacing though if it was Kodasai and Stacey somehow. At least it's a different duo this time. But Seti, sure to make sure that Exodus is not going to be able to get revived. He's trying to pressure in as quickly as possible. Does not want to let this happen. Exodus though, actually manages to get back up on his feet. Another attempt. Success here for Striker as he continues to do everything in his power to ensure that he gets to play out this match as a duo.
At this point, just let him be. He deserves to stay alive right here. Seti and Cam are going to take this rock and go ahead and get as much distance as possible. Should be just fine to go ahead and get to the zone, but no strangers can be Seti to playing the zone. We've seen it just about the bulk of the games on the day. Meanwhile, Miro and Cooper have continued to have success in the middle. Let's catch up with these teams. Let's catch up with what's going on with Vivid.
All of the games so far throughout the day have featured some very early aggression, but that is not the case for Cooper and Miro, right? They're just landing over at Rumble Ruins all alone. And obviously one of the best things about this POI is going to be that Temple Vault. So much loot in one spot to make sure that they can quickly get the loadouts that is needed. And the other thing good about this POI is that it is centrally located on the map, so they can get some storm stars and some early rotations out.
Thanks so much, Vivid. It's definitely clear that their drop at that Rumble Ruins POI is certainly making a pretty impactful mark on their run so far today. What's even crazier still is when you think about the fact that Miro quite literally has more FNCS title wins, being 5 over Cooper's finals appearances. This is only Cooper's 4th finals appearance, and yet here they are, game number 4, leading the lobby on that first place in the leaderboard.
Well, with Nico and Pick on this Rift Island, they're looking to lick their lips, rub their hands together, pray for something good right now. That's 15 points their way, but they're going to have to fight for it. Moneymaker, Fnatic, understand they have to come back and make a big turn, a big stride up the standings, and that's why the battle for Rift Island checkpoint is going to be important here. Nico and Pick would love to secure this right now, though. It would really make the difference.
It's 15 points. The fact that Hen and Vasquez have managed to secure 2 of these Rift Island objective catch points is insanity, because it stacks so quickly. But Cooper, Miro, they seem to have other intentions, and the game is afoot here for these two as they continue trying to see whether or not they can close in on any of these other teams surrounding the Rift Island that might be a little bit more distracted with each other still.
Well, it's going to get pretty interesting. Yeah, 1st, 3rd, and 4th place all nearby. Make that 5th place as well, because Vaniac and Cormier are under the Rift Island, so a lot of our very important performing duos so far just to hit here. First, Tina and Nisha. They've had a good game so far. They finally found their footing here, but they're going against Pick and Vico, who were just warmed up after the first 3. Already though, what can they do?
He's got to be careful though. Vigo don't want to wind up as the team being sandwiched with so much commotion happening here at the Rift Island. Still trying to break through these wallets from Nisha and Teeny. Capture point, it's been claimed. Vigo and that is a massive 15 points bonus, regardless of what happens next for these two. But it seems as though they still want more. They've got the loot, but they want some elimination points to go with it.
Yeah, look at this. Now they have everything secured. A weapons upgrade as well. And look at all the other teams looking to scavenge what they can essentially from the Rift Island here nearby. But it might just be time to go for most from Miro and Cooper. They're listening to all this go down. They have the material that they wanted from this low ground reservoir. And for them, that's a small victory in its own. It wasn't the checkpoint they wanted. That was too risky. But the material count was welcomed.
Little rocket ram on the exit there as well from Miro. Sure, he's bound to get some decent utilization out of that. As things continue drawing up towards the north side, a lot of teams now starting to find their way into the zone, and a couple of teams still left over here at Brutal Bastion. It's a relatively large POI, and seeing all of these pre-established entities, it's gotta put you on edge.
Vito's hurt, Tayson's hurt as well. They did manage to find the elimination. Team Monaco action, and now Rapid and Batman Movement jump in to try to put their touch on the tank, and Vito and Weezy want nothing to do with it. Have to heal, they have to bounce back. They are having a difficult tournament run. As is Cold and Acorn, a lot of our favorite picks so far, struggling here. But that was just 3 games, right? All you have to do is play even better on the back 3. You can be very much in the competition, in the conversation.
I mean, we've seen just how impactful even 2 games can be.
Yeah.
And considering that we still have 2 games left to play after this one, would never want to count out, or Queasy, those sort of circumstances. Following up now on Yamzo and Rise. Just kind of surveying the area right now. So many varying levels of elevation up here towards the north side of the map. Very easy to lose track of some of these teams that might be trying to dip down just a little bit behind some of these icebergs. But Rise seems as though he's got at least one party in his sights. Just behind him though, Gene and Pixie, but it's Misha and Teeny. They have been on an uphill battle the entire match so far, it would seem. And it's only going to get all the more difficult with Teeny having just been knocked in and Vico pushing in. They want these double eliminations secured. The points make such a massive difference. And turning Vico with the final charge in. A couple of sharp 2 shots is all that it takes. That's 8 points secured.
Great job as well, finding the angles there, closing the elimination set. That's going to put them up in his sweet spot, but now Podesat has to play this one out by himself. He's going to need the support of his community here for sure, because with only a rocket ram and crash pads for utility and no heals, it's going to be pretty tough. But somehow he is above the surge. Here it is, he charges up. Off he flies, out he goes. Shalom and MK Papa. This could be a great team attack. They're hurt. He gets in, he grabs the ball, no, swings up the backside. Little does he know, he can absolutely finish them off, and they need a set of eliminations. They need a pair of damage. Podesat change things around. Here's the damage coming in. Yes, the finish, no! Couldn't conclude. More attack from the side. Take him out. Papa will fall here potentially if he can't find a little more damage before the zone closes. It's Vico who's in front of him.
You can tell Kid Papa wants to turn around, but he knows he's got to keep pushing forward. And Vico finds him even a second with zipline at this point.
Wow.
8 HP and he goes across unscathed. That is incredible. Owned up for a moment, trying to get this mission pushed on. Will successfully find Vico. That's up until basket. Knocks him entirely the tournament from MK Papa. It's not going to retreat.
MK Papa, Asia's last hope of the top 10 right there. For now, take it out and finish, but not before putting up a crazy fight against top 5's Sasuke. Rolled up. Now we get to see this Miro Cooper starting to find their footing again. They need to fight for it. This is the second game now, game 3. We saw very much similar circumstances where they came into the game. The big game was such a struggle. Material count, health-wise, just in general, very, very scrappy duo. They do find a set of refreshers there. Meanwhile, Seti and Cammy, complete different story. We already know they played deep out of the storm line, but they're looking pretty fine right now. It's going to be natural high ground. This is looking like good old early chapter days.
Cammy and Seti definitely found a decent spot just on the side of the mountain north of Brutal Bastion, but they're not the only ones looking this direction. We got Threats, Box just beneath them. A lot of teams kind of surrounding the edges here. If you want to fire up there, they're trying to do his next to work. Fire up and force his way in, just now getting barely above the certain damage threshold. But Peterbot, we've been watching him do it all day long. Elimination onto Thorin. The revive onto his teammate, and those will fall as well. That's the kind of refresh that people on bottom are hoping for.
This is what Peterbot does right here. This is what he does best. Solo play by himself when it comes down to clutching up, and he's got that charge. This thing hurts, it hits hard. He can finish the player off with one charge of his axe force. So will he become a victim of Peterbot? But no. On his first, Peterbot has to dig into his heels now. Decides, hey, I gotta get out of here. Breaks through everyone.
Hey!
In the process. That is the moment.
Ja, er hat einen getötet.
That force gets one.
Er müsste einfach Air Force heißen.
Those were some of the most destructive rocket rams that we have seen all day today. But Ashmore is putting himself into some very strong positioning for the time being as a solo. It's so common to see players try to move from that very backside up the dome, but Cheatin as well, signaling the same idea here. He's just trying to wait for everybody else to start moving first, but when you're hanging just above the damage threshold, some pressure, the odds start building up.
Well, placement points have been given out, and finally now we start to see someone inside the top 5 fall. For Vico in pink, that was a worst case scenario as they were just there at the placement point threshold. Falls in the hands of the Brazilian duo, Kitos and PH Zin. For Seti, for Cammy, they've elevated themselves enough recognizing that low ground was too dangerous, and they're playing a vertical box here for Miro. For Cooper, they're getting to the front side zone. They're on the hunt right now. They're loosening them for a second. A lot going on around them.
They're trying to make sure that his feet are protected. How many times we've seen players shooting just underneath some of these box edits, walls that are made, the smallest of gaps towards the bottom of them. But Gian, again, as a solo, still have a way to keep moving forward. And this is just so paramount for Gian and Pixie's run. They've got to do everything in their power to stay as close as possible on the heels of Cooper and Miro. And Gian just looking like he keeps finding moments to find that incredible lead.
Just what an incredible story for Pixie and Gian. Jumping in, this opportunity coming in for final moments. So making the best of it now. Think about it. If they fall down, you give Cooper and Miro potential runway that no one can close the gap on. It is getting that close right now. Vixen on the high ground is theirs. They've had it since not the first game. Have not looked back since. Still have to crash pads in order to work with.
Very curious to see what exactly is going to happen. Moving zone going forward though. This could be pretty vicious considering the landscape these players are dealing with alongside the mountain. I feel a little wire location of context not onto the strokey there. Will be forced to use his legendary slurp juice. That does buy him a little bit of time here. Still has 3 charges left in that rocket ramp as well. He's going to make sure to utilize at least one of them. Again, just more build being completely ripped through here.
Front side zone is where you find something else. As it bounces back, so unfortunate. It was so close to being perfect, but instead put himself in a bad position. Another player above him, he's going to have to charge it up another time. Dino finds it there, and Cooper and Miro now have a chance to keep running away with this here. This is their true opportunity, and they're taking full advantage of it on high ground. Dino at least wanted to come back with so rest. Candy and Seti, another battle for height ensues here. Dino and Easy don't get it for free.
Be careful here on the descent though, now on that rocket ramp. Easy, and realize the blast of the splash is going to do remaining just in case. But right now it's all about the mobility, soaring sprints keeping in the air. Oscar on the underneath his head, but Hero dropping down below ground, finding that elimination onto that. And now Hero sees Savage as well, offside of the Yamcha, pushing all along the sides here. But Hero and Cooper, they're still managing to stay together, at least for the time being. Cooper though,
Changing your finishing this.
Cooper sacrificed himself, but it wasn't enough. Meanwhile, Seti Candy versus Crazy Dino on the high ground. Seti's already done enough to take one down. Candy